Good morning, everybody. So I'm Logan, for those of you who don't know, and if you're new to this channel is basically about me and my family running our vegetable farm. Here on the farm, we grow, pick, wash, and pack a ton of different vegetables, go to different markets, and it's all by hand. So if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can see what we do and how we do it. In my last video, I asked you guys what you wanted to see more of, and the majority of you said you wanted to see me picking more, so I'm gonna be doing that a lot today. Some of the new things I'm gonna be picking that I have not showed yet is peppers, purple cauliflower, and turnips, so make sure to watch till the end. So let's get to work. So the first thing we're gonna start off with today is summer squash and then move into yellow zucchini and green zucchini. Now this is actually our first patch of like pickles and cucumbers, zucchini, red beets, all that kind of stuff. But everything is done now besides just the zucchini and red beets. You can tell like some of the leaves and vines are starting to die, but there's still a lot of good picking off these, so I'm gonna get as much as I can and then move on to the new patch. These are still beautiful. So that was all the summer squash we got. Now we're gonna move into yellow zucchini. There's not a lot here, but we don't like to let anything go to waste. So we're gonna pick it and try and sell it. Even this isn't the most pretty yellow zucchini, but I'm sure somebody will buy it for 50 cents. Something like this is what we're looking for in a yellow zucchini. Everybody has their personal preferences. Some people like them bigger, some people like them skinnier, some people like them longer. But we try and get just your typical average zucchini and hopefully everybody's happy. So now that we're done with yellow zucchini, I'm going to move on to Lebanese squash or Gouda. This is what these look like. This is kind of perfect size right here, what people are looking for. People don't like these very big at all, like something like this one right here. I'm probably gonna pick it just because it's late in the season and some people are really wanting these, but this is not the kind of size people want. The one on the left is what people really like. And sometimes even smaller than that. So now we're moving on to green zucchini, and unlike the yellow, these ones are a lot easier to get into to cut the stems, so I don't have to risk breaking it off. I just cut it with a knife. Usually I don't mix all three in one crate, but since I'm not getting a ton, it's just easier to put everything in one. Now right here, that's a big zucchini. I'll make a lot of zucchini bread. Something like this right here is what I'm looking for in a zucchini. Maybe a little bigger. This right here. When it's got that nice shiny skin on it, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, it can have the dull, not so pretty skin, but that's just what I like to see when I'm looking for a zucchini. To cut that leaf a little. That one's too small. I'm gonna leave that one go for now. All right, so I just got done with the old patch. I got 4 bushels, 3 green, and then 1 yellow. So now I'm moving on to our latest patch of Gouda and yellow and green zucchini. It's kind of the same thing over again, but you can tell the leaves here are a lot nicer than the other patch. I'm gonna pick all this and then I'm gonna move on to something else. All right, so now me and Dad just moved into Brussels sprouts. We're gonna get about 10 to 20 of them, depending on how good they are, and then move on to cabbage and cauliflower. This thing about these ones, those Fridays, you can cut them all the way to the bottom.
These are gorgeous.
Looks like it's ready.
Oh yeah! Wow! We'll put that off tomorrow morning for work.
One. So right now what I'm cutting is a purple cauliflower. I'm sure most of you have never seen it before. It actually tastes exactly the same and it stays the same color when you cook it. It really adds color to the table. So now we're moving on to potatoes. We picked another 70 baskets, 35 white, 35 red. And I can promise you, it was my sister's choice to pick them up, not mine. So. Still have a lot of potatoes to go yet. So now that we're back at the shed with the potatoes, we left my sister here to start bagging while me and Dad headed out to pick pumpkins. Man, these are huge. This one's gotta weigh 35 pounds. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know how much more mud's on that one. I don't think we need a lot of blue. I think we need more like red in this color.
We don't got much room. These white red.
All right, so now I'm moving on to turnips. And as you can see, they're really loaded and thick here. Probably have about a 75-yard patch. And they're actually one of my favorite things to pick, and they're really, really beautiful right now. Turnips are done. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna be picking today is peppers. I just got to the field. As you've seen before, I have two different pepper fields. I have the pepper field in the plastic, and then I have just the bare ground. Right now I'm in the plastic, and as you can see, they're getting to be pretty weedy. But actually, this time of year, that's not a bad thing, because we're coming into a season where it's gonna soon start to frost, and these weeds will actually act as a barrier for the first frost or two maybe, depending on how hard it is. I had to put my GoPro chest mat on because it was almost impossible for me to pick peppers with one hand without snapping the plant. Even with two hands, sometimes you get the leaves, but what are you gonna do? The green this time of year, it's kind of scarce to find green, but actually we've been finding quite a few, and usually they're a little smaller, but really they're not a bad size. So now I'm gonna be moving into Cubanelles. Cubanelles are a really nice sweet frying pepper. Come in green, a yellowish. Here's an orange. Then we have the red. These I don't like to pick too small because people just don't usually like to buy them too small like this. Something like this is just too small. I won't usually put something like that in. But anything like this size is nice. It always seems to be like later in the year, all of our customers want green or orange instead of deep red. I don't know why that is. I think because it's harder to find a green pepper later in the season rather than find a red one. So now we're gonna move into Cubanelles, which is another sweet frying pepper. These are one of my favorite peppers to pick just because they're so nice and big and blocky. These pretty much come in like a dark green, half and half, or just like a dark red. But these are usually about twice the size of a Cubanelle. It's hard to show you guys much. Oops, kind of pulled that one off. It's hard to show you guys much with all the leaves. So the last pepper I'm moving into today is the cayenne or the long hot. All right, so I just got finished picking, and this is what everything looks like. Just had to get a couple of these baskets picked for tomorrow for market. Got the 2 turnips, which took me about 25 minutes, half hour. And these peppers probably took me about 20 minutes. So all in all, wasn't bad timing for one person. So I think I'm gonna call it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. And like I always say, it ain't much, but it's honest work.